Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome to my channel. This is baby B. She is almost 3 months old, and I have another daughter, baby A, who is 15 months old. February, March. Yeah, she's 15 months. I did a video a couple of months ago talking about the first week or two that baby B was here and how we were managing the housework and the division of labor between my husband and I. Like, how the heck are we keeping this ship afloat over here? And for this video, I decided literally 5 minutes ago that I'm going to give you guys an update. We're at 3 months, baby B is sort of sleeping regularly. I can kind of put her down sometimes now. And so here's what's going on now that it's been a couple of months and things are a little bit more stable. But, yeah, so the thing about deciding to do this like 5 minutes ago. I had a live chat this morning with my patrons, and the whole thing was just 20 minutes of me venting and just needing someone to talk to. And like feeling overwhelmed by everything that's going on in our house and feeling like I don't have time to get everything done that I want to get done. And so most of today I've actually been feeling very down, just really lethargic and not really in the mood to try to push to get anything done. And I think that's just part of being a mom, like that's part of being postpartum. And so I want to talk about it. And so I'm just going to be real about what this video is probably going to be. I'll start with some schedule stuff like I'm planning, but then it'll probably turn into let's just talk about how I'm feeling and the reality of like doing this 24/7 for months and the toll that it takes on your body. It's a big toll physically and also mentally. I'm getting punched in the throat. Sweetie pie, can I have your hand? Thank you. Deceptively difficult to film while holding a wiggly baby. She's got her eyes on something. She really likes my mouse. Let's start with the nighttime. What happens at night? We're at the point where baby A goes down really well at like 8 p.m. Most of the time she'll just sleep through the night all the way until about 7 or 7:30. Baby B at this point is just too young for me to try to even do a bedtime, but she tends to go to bed between 9 and midnight every single night. It's a little complicated. It has to do with when she last ate and how long she's been awake, her wake window. But that bedtime, it kind of is flexible. Trust me, I try to get her down at 9 every night, but sometimes she's just too wiggly, or she wants to cluster feed, or she wants to comfort feed, or she just wants to cuddle, and so we don't end up going to bed until like midnight. But when she does go to sleep for the night, there's just one wake up in the middle of the night. We do the one wake up with the diaper change, the bathroom, I feed her, I'm still pumping that 5-ounce bottle in the middle of the night for baby A, and then we both go back to sleep for the rest of the night. So that's something that's kind of weighing on me, is I'm still waking up every night, pumping my boob every night, and I'm very tired, and I want to sleep. Okay, back to the schedule. Oh, bless you. In the morning, wake up is anywhere between 7 and 8 usually. Sometimes my husband takes over in the morning and I'm able to sleep until 9, but that's only if baby B stays asleep in her bassinet, because once she's awake, she wants to eat and she is exclusively breastfed, no bottles. So that is on mom. Isn't it, little babies? The morning schedule depends a lot on whether I have my husband's help, obviously, because if he's around, he can totally take one or both of the babies as long as she's not feeding, or he can take over making the entire breakfast and I can just focus on watching the girls. But other mornings, my husband will be at a meeting or a training or with his friends for coffee. So it's just me and the girls. And sometime before 9 o'clock, all three of us do manage to eat something. It depends a lot on which baby wakes up first. If baby A wakes up first, it's kind of a race to get her in her high chair and get her food going before baby B wakes up. Because the second baby B wakes up, she's pretty much got to get on the boob. It's going to be screaming until she's on the boob. Huh, you look so cute, but you've got your mama's lungs. After that, guys, my husband got a job. So my husband goes and hides off in his office, and that's really awesome. He's also working from home though, so I can still contact him when I need to. I can still holler at him if I need to. His work knows that he has babies, so there might be screaming in the background. His work knows that his wife has some health problems, so he might need to step out a little bit sometimes. And so with him working at home, it's been working out for him to have a job. And I'm doing well enough that for the most part, I can watch the babies. From 9 to 11, I usually squeeze in some playing with baby A, some feeding of baby B. I try to clean up her high chair so that it's ready for lunch because she eats another lunch right before she goes down for her nap at 11. So it's a lot of stuff that I try to squeeze into that while I'm watching both girls. So again, it's why I really just need to vent and why I vented so much this morning. It's like this 24/7 and it's been months and I'm just very tired. And it's so crazy because when I've gotten enough sleep, I feel really good and happy to do it. I feel so fulfilled when I'm taking care of the girls, when I'm doing these mundane tasks that everybody dreads doing, like dishes. Like, I truly find that stuff rewarding and I love taking care of the family and the home. But guys, if I am low on sleep, that's game over. That's it. I just get this cloud over my head. It's the cloud that's over my head today that just makes me feel so discouraged by needing to do the same things over and over. Like, oh, baby A finished her food, so she threw it on the floor. So now I'm down cleaning up the floor again, and I get a little bit frustrated by that when I'm low on sleep, you know? Man, yes. I'm so glad I'm making this video half schedule and half rant. It's not that it's hard work, it's just that it never ends. And before I get any weird comments like, don't have kids if you're gonna complain about your kids. I'm not complaining about my kids, guys. My kids are amazing. I love this. It's just a really chaotic time in life, and sometimes you need some support when you're going through chaotic times in your life. I swear I'm gonna get some comments though. This chick, she just wants to complain. Yeah, well, I warned you at the beginning of the video that I was going to do a little bit of complaining. You could have clicked out. What are you still doing here? I'm gonna be straight with you guys. I'm horrible at lunch. Pretty much every day if I don't eat lunch, which is every day. My husband will text me or come to my office and be like, Jen, did you eat lunch? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally screwed up. I forgot to eat lunch. Wow, I'm skipping a lot of details, but okay. Yeah, I'm not good at lunch. I think it's because baby A goes down for that nap around 11 or noon. When that happens, I'm like, ding, 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 clean the kitchen, clean the kitchen. And then I'm like, feed the baby, feed the baby. And if that all happens and this baby lets me put her down, then I'm like, oh my gosh, get all my pump stuff ready for the middle of the night tonight. Like, get all that by my nightstand, because the odds of me having time and being able to put the baby down anytime for the rest of the day is not likely. So that is my moment. That is my moment to get my pump stuff ready for the middle of the night if I don't want to do it super late at night tonight. But that doesn't always happen. Like today. What happened today is I finished feeding her and now she won't let me put her down. So now I'm talking to you because I was like, well, may as well film if she's going to make me hold her anyway. I realize that able-bodied people have no trouble throwing on a baby carrier and just running around the house, doing their up-downs, picking things up and whatever with the baby attached to them. I can't do it. My body can't do it. I have to be very careful with how I word this because it's on the internet and I'm going to get those trolls, but let me put it this way. When you have a history of fainting and dizziness and tremors and convulsions and those kinds of things, even if it doesn't happen very much, even if it doesn't happen at all, or even if you have a service dog who's very reliable, there are certain things that you just don't chance, and the baby is something that I just don't want to chance. So if I can help it, I'm not going up and down the stairs with the baby. Can I? Absolutely. Should I be doing it 15 extra times a day? Just in case, probably not, especially when I'm sleep deprived. Yeah? And yes, that means that I'm holding on to a little bit of extra stress because of the things that I have not completed. But that is something that you need to do when you live a life with chronic illness. You need to save spoons. You have limited spoons, you need to save spoons. Another thing I want to mention is stuff like getting all my pump things ready. That's not something that I can always do late at night. Because as the day goes on, I start to lose my extremities. I start to lose first feeling and then eventually function of my hands and my feet, especially like fine motor function. So late at night is not the time for me to be fiddling with pump parts and trying to get them all put together. Total aside thing, it just makes it harder to do normal mom stuff. What am I trying to say? That it's an extra layer of difficulty that I need to give myself grace for. I feel so much better after talking to you already. This is so therapeutic. Okay, let's keep it rolling. I think I told you guys that baby A started teething like 5 new teeth once baby B was born, so that was really fun. And 4 of them Are molars? Wait, but she's symmetrical, so what is going on? My count is off. Doesn't matter. Baby A's cutting tons of teeth, big molars. She's been teething like crazy. So her naps haven't really always been going very well, which means I'm not getting her nap time to work very much. Usually I get to do a little bit, get baby B settled again, and then she goes back down and I'm right back to watching baby A. In an ideal golden world, baby A would sleep all the way until the sitter gets here. But that isn't how it's been working out. I got punched in the throat again. I swear though, if she sleeps during her nap time, I think I'll have a good day. As long as this fussy stuff doesn't happen during it also. Which brings me to the rant of this part of the video. I don't understand why it happens this way, but pretty much one of them is always upset. Oh, babies. Do you want your pacifier? Shh, 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 shh. They're nice. Yeah. Alright, so the sitter gets here. Sitter gets here usually, she's here from like 2 to 5. That's only a couple of days a week though. The time that she's here, she watches baby A, and I do baby B and work. With the exception of my Patreon live chats, the time that the sitter is here is the only actual like dedicated work time that I have, and I do also have baby B during that work time. So the odds of me actually getting work... Can you not punch me in the throat, little babies? The odds of me getting work done during that time vary based on exactly what it is I need to do and how much baby B is letting me put her down or how much she's napping. Okay, I'm gonna go over here. Let's reposition. Let's reposition. Here we go. If it's something like this where I can do it hands-free and I can actually have both of my hands on baby B, then okay, fine. I can like hold her. But how much work can I realistically get done while I'm holding baby B? And as you guys can tell by how cluttered and crazy and chaotic this video is, I can't keep my path of logic straight to film with her every single time I film. This video, the point is that I'm a mess right now, so I'm okay with this video being a jumbled mess, but I can't hold her for all of them. And I can't hold her when I'm editing. Sometimes I can edit while I'm feeding her, but that can be kind of difficult because it means I'm like really hunched over. So the amount of work I can get done in a day is really dependent on the babies, and that brings me to another thing that I don't want to vent about, but something that I have noticed. And that is that I need to be very careful to have work time and baby time very separate, because I noticed that, honey, she is very fussy. Because I noticed that if I tried to do something like post an Instagram photo while I was watching both girls, but, you know, during a time that they were both feeling really settled down, if one of the girls needed something, then I would be like, dreading that I needed to go help the girls because they were pulling me away from trying to do something that I was doing for myself, which is have this channel, have my career. And the opposite was also true. I noticed, especially when I'm tired, especially when I'm sleep deprived, that if I was trying to enjoy some time with the girls, like the girls are having a really cute moment interacting together, that I would often feel like I had to pull out my phone and story it because that's my job. It's my job to be on Instagram and be on YouTube and share my life. And that made it so that sometimes my job was pulling me away from my children. The same way that sometimes my children were pulling me away from my job. So the two at the same time, or like in the same time blocks, was making me resent both of them at different times. Again, I don't resent my kids. I don't resent my job. I don't dislike the position that I'm in. However, it's normal to have struggles like this. It's normal to have battles in your head. It's normal to have things about your schedule not work out. It's normal to reach the point of frustration about something before realizing that it's a problem. And I'm very proud that I didn't take out that frustration on my kids or I didn't take out that frustration on YouTube. But talking about that frustration and admitting that it exists does not mean that I have this crazy growing resentment for my children. Okay, weird people on the internet, being a working mom is difficult. Being a stay-at-home mom is difficult. Being a sick mom is difficult. And I wish that I could forgive myself for that, you know? I wish I could stop being so freaking hard on myself for not being able to do all the things to 100% capacity. Because I think at the end of the day, that's actually what has me hurting so badly. I can't be 100% the YouTuber that I want to be. Point blank. I can't be 100% the mom that I want to be. Not right now. Not for each of my girls and Buddy at the same time. Like, there literally aren't enough hours in the day for me to be able to do everything that I want to do. I've noticed that so much of my frustration that I've been building up is because I want to be 100% there for my children, but I can't. I can't be there for my girls 100% of the time. I can't interact with them 100% of the time that I'm watching them. I can't pick them up 100% of the time that I want to pick them up because I'm sick. I have the normal limitations of time constraints and chores need to be done constraints, but I also have these constraints because of my physical limitations, and I don't forgive myself for those. I'm only getting mad at myself for the things that are caused by my illness. What? If you're still here, you're a trooper. When the sitter is about to leave, that's when I squeeze in one last feed for baby B, and I just sit there and I hope and I cross my fingers that baby B will stay asleep until baby A goes to bed for the night. That's another thing that's a source of stress for me, is that I am constantly holding this tension. Baby B, please don't wake up when baby A needs me, and A, don't wake up when B needs me. Or like today, I'm like, okay, if I try to film, baby A, please don't just wake up the second I start filming. You know, I go through all this, setting all this stuff up, and then she just wakes up and I don't get to film. Like, the number of times I've been blocked from the thing I was so ready for. Or like, I have this big plan for a video, I put on my makeup, I'm all ready to go, and then I pick up the baby one time and it springs my leak and then I'm down and I can't film anymore. It's like, it's so annoying. Or like right now, guys, there's like crazy wind outside right now. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like probably in the background of my video. That's kind of annoying too. Add that to the list of things that I've learned from filming this video. Each thing on the list is not that frustrating on its own, but if you add them all up, it's very annoying. If something annoying happens every 5 or 10 minutes, every single day, for months, then yeah, you're gonna start to lose stamina. I think that is what is going on here. I am just losing stamina. After the sitter leaves, it's kind of the same situation as the morning, where it's a little bit up in the air based on which baby is asleep, which baby is awake, whether my husband is available, how I'm feeling at that point, because usually migraine Jen, if she's gonna start showing up, it's gonna be around that time. It also depends on whether dinner was pre-made. Is this the kind of night where someone needs to cook dinner, or is this the kind of night where we are heating up leftovers? Baby A is now transitioning from 2 naps to 1, so on some days she needs a nap during dinner time and some days she doesn't. So that changes the schedule too. But no matter what, baby A does go to bed around 7:30 or 8, sometimes as late as 8:30. And when baby A is asleep, it's kind of like when the sitter is here and has her, then it's just my job to be on baby B. Let's talk a little bit about when baby A is awake. She's wild. Baby A wants to climb and bounce and explore in the cabinets and open and close doors and, you know, all the things that toddlers do to try to kill themselves. So when I'm watching baby A, it is magical, like giggly, smiley moments. I want to document every single last breath that she takes, and it's just the cutest thing. But it's also like, oh, don't go in that cabinet. Or like, don't fall off that chair. Or like, oh, she slipped on the carpet again. Or, oh, don't step on Buddy. Like, edgy. So when she goes to sleep and I'm like, I gotta clean, I'm also like, oh my gosh, she's finally asleep. Can I take a nap too? Can I go to sleep? But then it's like, no, you've got to feed this one, because if baby A doesn't stay asleep, you're going to really regret not using that 20 minutes to feed baby B. Because you know what you can't do while you're feeding baby B is catch baby A from falling if she tries to fall off of something. Which is why we have the toddler baby playpen thing, so I can put baby A in there while I'm feeding baby B. But baby A has figured out that toddler baby thing is jail, and she doesn't really like being in there for a long time. So when you put her in there, she starts screaming. You have to creatively put her in there while distracting her and getting her into a toy, and then maybe you can leave. So my typical morning is something like this. Baby B is asleep. I have eaten. Husband goes to work. I'm chasing baby A around all over the floor, like outside of her pen, and she's getting into everything, but it's like supervised exploration time. And then baby B wakes up. Baby B starts crying, so I put baby A in her pen. Baby A starts crying. Sometimes I can calm baby A down, but let's just say she continues crying for the sake of the example. Baby A screams in her pen while I take screaming baby B to do her diaper change. I finish baby B's diaper change. I'm holding baby B now. Baby B is finally calm, but if I try to put baby B down, no. She's wide awake. She only wants to be held. So baby A is like, please get me out of baby jail. And baby B is like, don't leave me alone in the bouncer again. And I'm like, I can't hold both of you. So I'll go sit in the pen holding baby B. Baby A will come and sit on my lap, but then baby A wants to read a book. I can't do that with one hand. Anyway, the whole thing, guys. And that's all the time. It's just all the time. And most of the time it works out really well and it's wonderful. And like I said, just like literally the best. It's literally the best freaking thing ever. But sometimes it's like so annoying because they're either taking turns perfectly or they're both just screaming for like half an hour straight. And then like my husband will just come out and be like, okay, I'll take one, you take the other. I guess we're doing this for a little while. What? So yeah, that's what's going on. I haven't even mentioned Buddy. Haven't even mentioned taking him out to pee, time playing with him, taking him for walks around the block, training him, buying groceries, cooking. I haven't mentioned anything. I literally haven't even mentioned anything other than trying to get them to not be screaming at the same time. This was a really bad job explaining our schedule, but hopefully a really good job explaining why things can get so frustrating when you're a mom. Look at how sweet she is, though. But will she let me put her down so that I can eat lunch now? But that's just part of the newborn phase. And when I'm well rested and I have the time for it, I feel so grateful that I get to hold her and cuddle her and cherish these moments because they do not last very long. The days might be long, but the weeks are so freaking short. The past 3 months has gone by in the literal blink of an eye. If I could go back and do it again, would I plan to have my girls this close together again? Yeah, totally. I don't want my life any other way. I want to know my girls just how they are, and I want to see them interact just the way that they do. So I really appreciate you guys listening to all of this, listening to this rant. I can't wait to go back and edit and watch myself soften over the whole course of the video. I feel so much better now. I feel so much more relaxed after talking to you guys about everything I was feeling. It's really helped me a lot to sort this out, even though I'm sure I only confused you more. It is what it is. It's kind of one of the realities of being on YouTube and being on YouTube in my shoes in particular. I'm just not always gonna have a good day that I can film. I'm not always gonna have like a time that works out to film to be able to give you guys a video that I wanna give you. Just like I can't be 100% the mom I wanna be, I can't be 100% the YouTuber that I wanna be either. And you guys know I'm working really hard and I'm trying really hard. I'm doing my best, I'm doing everything I can, but things aren't going that well. Things aren't going so well for my channel. My growth is really slowing down a lot, and I know it's because I can't put out the content that I need to put out to keep those numbers growing, and I know that it's because I can't put out the quality of content that I want to put out or like the consistency of content that I want to put out. And I think that's why I feel so down on myself, like in the self-esteem realm right now too. Like it's so hard to feel accomplished and feel proud of myself when my YouTube numbers are shrinking and when the girls are still so fussy, even though they're babies. Like for some reason I feel like since I'm their mom I should be able to keep them from crying, and like that's totally unrealistic. They're babies, they're gonna cry, and I'm a grown-up. I'm gonna cry sometimes too. But we're gonna get through it. I'm remembering to soak in the good moments, soak in the baby head sniffs, even in the bad days. And I'm really glad that even when I have those horrible clouds over me, I can clearly see how lucky and blessed I am to have all of these little creatures in my life. Both girls and Buddy. I just need more time. I just need more spoons. I just need to be less sick. I need to be a little bit more organized. That'll all come with time, but it's hard to see myself in this situation right now. It really is. And it's hard when the stuff that is holding me back is stuff that I literally just can't control. Some of this stuff I literally can't do anything about. So, Thank you guys for your love and support. Thanks for watching this crazy video. If you made it this far, appreciate you. She's waking up. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving before she cries. We're gonna sign off. Hit subscribe. Love you. Bye.